Well, good Thursday, everybody. Look at that view from our State Street camera, and looks like a postcard. Doesn't even look real. Bright blue skies now this morning. If you noticed, it was dusty and hazy. We actually had a lot of dust from southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma that came in and gave us that kind of milky sky. We had poor air quality, but then our wind shifted direction, and now we've got crystal clear blue skies over Kansas City. Looks great. So we've got quite a lot going on in this forecast, and updates today. The big one is on Monday, where we've elevated to our top alert, which is a first warn weather day, which means that weather could be severe. We could have severe thunderstorms. We mentioned yesterday that risk could happen. It was focused to our west, and then it could expand over us, and indeed it has. So ingredients and new information have come together and said, Monday jumps out. Monday's a day that we ought to be paying attention to. It has our attention, and we've got a weekend ahead. So just want to put, even though it's Thursday, kind of put our eyes on Monday and remain aware. So we're going to go through that. We're going to go through your weekend. This is live as of 7:10. You may catch the recorded version later, and then you can just kind of scroll through and find out what you want to know. All right, so let's get to it. Here's what we've got. First off is Friday and the weekend. This is overall nice. There's a couple little bumps in the road Friday and into the weekend, but generally this is great weather with lots of sunshine. So there's Monday. Monday has the severe storm risk. That's why, again, it's been elevated to our first. We had it as a first warn for rain and storms. Now the severe risk is mixed in with it as well. So it goes from being kind of disruptive to our day to potentially dangerous. And that's our promise. Anytime we see something that's like, that could be dangerous, we could have some severe weather, then we highlight it with that, the first warn weather day. It's a preparation tool. Okay, so here's the setup, and this is why we have the potential for severe weather. First, strong low pressure. This is on Monday, by the way. This is a strong low pressure at about 18,000 feet, and then a screaming jet. That's high winds, high in the atmosphere. And what those do is kind of imagine fanning the flames of a fire. It can help storms grow, it can help them form, and it can also help them spin because the winds upstairs are coming from a different direction from the wind at ground level, and that can cause rotation. If you get rotating storms, then you can get severe weather, including the possibility of tornadoes. Sometimes, depends on what's going on across the column of the atmosphere. But anyway, that's what we see there. And then also the fuel. We have high octane fuel for storms on Monday. These bright colors that you see tells us that there's a lot of juice there for storms to work with that allows them to grow stronger. So if you've got the fuel and you've got the ability for them to form and strengthen, then all the ingredients that we need are there to fire off some storms, and some strong ones at that. So it's an increasing severe threat. It could come in a couple rounds, and it might start as early as Sunday night. Don't be surprised if we later add Sunday in a focused fashion to after sunset Sunday in this first warn weather day, this window where we could see severe weather. Right now, the main focus is on Monday, but some of our guidance is telling us Sunday evening, Sunday night has a potential that we got to watch there too. But I actually think this is going to come in a couple rounds. One is going to be Sunday night into early Monday morning, and then a bit of a break. It will not rain all day Monday. Monday's not storming all day, but then it recharges and we get a second round kind of late in the day on Monday. So this is the updated severe risk for Monday. And where yesterday it was centered over Wichita and then stopped before it got to our area, today it has been pushed eastward. So we're under that possible severe zone. It's not necessarily that it's going to happen. It's just that we should be aware that this is on the table. Again, timing is late Sunday through Monday, and the hazards are primarily hail and winds at this point, though in the beginning stages, we'll have to watch for the chance of a few tornadoes. All right, so that would be the first round, most likely. That would be if these things get going on Sunday evening, Sunday night, there might be a tornado risk. We're several days out, and these details are kind of muddy right now, but that potential's on the table. The other thing is rain. We need it. We are about 2 inches short for the month alone in Kansas City, and May is a month that we expect to get a lot of rain. On average, it's over 5 inches, and so far we've had a half an inch. So we need some help here, and this one could provide. 1.5 inches to 2 inches is what's currently forecast for Kansas City. Some of us upwards of 2 inches east of the metro, a little bit less if you're west and southwest where you may have 1 inch. But everybody's going to get rain as we look ahead through the next 5 days, and it's going to be a fair amount. That's great because we actually have, this is new today too, the drought monitor just updated. And notice we now have moderate drought conditions creeping into portions of like Platte County and north and northwest of Kansas City with abnormally dry conditions, which is like pre-drought that is nosing in within the 435 loop for the north side of the metro and west of KC. South, we've had more rain. We're doing a little bit better along and south of I-70. So looking ahead before we get to the storms, we've got Friday. What's tomorrow look like? It looks good. All right, we've got a slim rain chance, 82. It's going to be a little windy at times, but generally nice day, low humidity, pretty good. Saturday, if you've got plans outside, you can do them either day. Either day is going to be okay for you. But Saturday's a special treat. Saturday looks awesome. It's a pick weekend day, upper 70s, light winds, low humidity. We're dry. You're good to go. Now, Sunday, 82. It's warmer. It's more humid. The day's mainly dry, though there's still a low rain chance, and then the storm chance that comes in Sunday evening and Sunday night. So let's look at Sunday. Now, if you've been following along, we did have rain showing up on top of Kansas City Sunday morning around daybreak. That has since shifted a little bit farther to the east and to the south. So we may skate through the daylight hours dry in Kansas City, but Clinton, Sedalia, Marshall, you guys are still under that green zone. And then there you go. Day's good. Again, more humid, a little bit more windy. And then we get into the evening. This is Sunday evening, Sunday night. And we see some storms that what would happen here is they would fire over Kansas and then try to drift toward us. The question that we have about those are they going to make it to us? Because what a lot of them have been doing so far this season is forming in Kansas and then falling apart basically as they're arriving for us. And we hope that happens because we're going to get the rain, which we need. We just don't want the severe weather. The question is, how well do they maintain themselves and when do they fire on Sunday? All right, so we'll be watching that for you. In the meantime, look at that. There's another view outside. It's sweet. So nice outside. Temperatures are in the upper 70s to low 80s, 77 in KC. We made it to 79 today. Much lower humidity today. Felt so much better. 82 in St. Joe. We've got 80 in Cameron, 79 in Harrisonville. This is our evening plan as we dip back into this. We're in the 70s all evening. This evening's just great. Winds are coming down. It's a little windy today. That's dropping for us, but we've got clear skies up top. Tomorrow morning, 57, super pleasant for Friday morning. There is that low rain chance that's going to come in after daybreak, but otherwise 60s and then 70s and then low 80s for your afternoon. There's the wind I was talking about out of the northwest, 10 to 20, but an occasional gust 30 to 35 miles per hour. So here's another look at that. This is the morning. The morning's not bad, 10 to 15 mile per hour wind out of the southwest. But then a front comes through, and what this front will do is bring that low rain chance. I'll show you that in a second. And then also, look at it kick the winds up. Here we go. Crank them. 30, 35, maybe even a 40 mile per hour wind gust and a spot or two, west-northwest wind. So that's Friday afternoon and evening. You'll notice a little breeze there, a little windy. Here's the rain into things. It's not much. It probably does not happen in Kansas City. But Atchison, St. Joe, Cameron, Chillicothe, Maryville, Bethany, you guys could have a quick light shower on Friday morning. We'll say from about 8 to 11 is possible. Then the whole rest of the day, rain-free. A big chunk of it's loaded in sunshine and very, very pleasant. Here's the forecast. And here, I'll get you the full 7-day. All right, so there's Saturday, 78, Sunday, 82. Let me see what I have loaded in here on Sunday. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's go to Monday. So the rain that we see on our weather charts for Monday, there's the morning. Okay, so that would be a potential morning round. That could be strong to severe. Then we catch a break through a good chunk of the day with another late day round that could recharge. So you can see how that kind of just lingers and festers over the area. That would pulse up and down. So the morning would be a pulse, and then it drops off. That the sun comes out. We'll see, how all this plays out. But right now it looks like the sun would come out. We recharge the atmosphere. Then storms again could be strong Monday late day and into the evening. Then watch what happens. I'm going to roll this into Tuesday. And there's another dose. Now that one does not look severe for Tuesday, but it does look like widespread rain, and it could be fairly heavy. So I don't think I have anything loaded in here on Tuesday. Nope, that's the rainfall potential. So Tuesday, we have a first warn. Just say, hey, Tuesday's a wet day. Anything outside could be a little disruptive. You'll have to, have the umbrella, a little bit of prep work, but not the concern that Monday has. mid-70s there, and then look at that, we're down to 68 on Wednesday. We had a heat index of 93 yesterday, and in the same 7-day forecast, essentially we could have temperatures in the upper 60s. So that'll be a good stretch of weather mid to late next week. So that's what jumps out to me. I just wanted to share all that with you. Let me go over to our Facebook comment section, see if there's anything there. Charlie, you were waiting for Fox to put this out. No, I was waiting for the ingredients to look right, and they do. So it's not just me, you watch whoever you prefer. But whenever we see, a reasonable chance for severe weather, any good meteorologist is going to tell you about that. So it won't just be me. You'll have others that are going to talk about severe weather too, because that's our job, where we're all here to just try to keep everybody as prepared for, what we see as possible. I would want to know if there's a shot for it, so that's why we tell you. That's the only question or comment that I see. So with that, I'll bring you some updates at 10 o'clock. We'll have a fresh look at all of this, see what little tweaks that we need to make. In the meantime, thanks for joining. Hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care.